What is up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. We have another free pick on deck for you guys today. If you can't tell, I am not on the screen. My camera is not working. We're dealing with some technical difficulties. So no camera today, but we're still going to be breaking down a free pick for you guys and why we like it. And hopefully my camera issues will resolve themselves and we will be back to having a camera on tomorrow at the very latest. So hopefully those technical difficulties will be resolved shortly. But with all that being said, we're still going to keep rocking and dive into a little bit of an analysis for you guys on our free pick today. This has already been posted around. If you're in our Discord, it has already been posted. The link in bio to join our Discord is available. So take advantage of that. Along with that, Player Profit, guys, we have partnered with Player Profit. They are a funded sports betting group. Essentially what it is you go and take their tests to prove that you are a profitable sports bettor. If you can do that and pass their 2 challenges, they will fund you to gamble on sports with their money. It's an absolute no-brainer. It's a really good opportunity to train your discipline and to grow your bankroll completely risk-free. So if you guys want more details on that, drop a comment. I can shoot you their Discord along with their website, but their website link is also in our bio. It is playerprofit.com. Go check that out. Before your free pick today, guys, we are going back to the WNBA. The WNBA is finally back. We have been crushing the WNBA all season long, and it's finally back for us out after about a month off. All teams in the WNBA had a month off due to their All-Star game. Obviously, no teams were playing during the All-Star game. And then the Olympics were scheduled right after that. So a ton of players across the league were competing for their countries. For about a 2.5-week period, there was no WNBA. But it's finally back, and I expect a lot of these teams to be rusty. To find their team chemistry again is probably going to take about a week, and to get into the flow is going to take some time. So that is going to be a trend you might see here, is some of these totals going under, and we'll dive more into depth here on why that is. But the Sky and Mercury under 169 is an alternate line. You can find this is good at minus 145 on Fanatics, minus 150 on, but the Sky Mercury under 169 is an alternate total, and that is your free pick today. So let's break it down. So the Chicago Sky are 10th in the league in scoring. There's only 12 teams in the WNBA, and they are 10th in the league in scoring at 79.3 points per game, and are 6th in scoring defense, only allowing 81.2 points per game. The Sky have been good all season at limiting defenses, but they have struggled at staying in close games due to their lack of offensive production because they cannot shoot the three. They shoot the least amount of threes per game. By a lot, too. They're only attempting 14.5 threes per game, and the team above them is averaging 3 more three-pointers per game. And we know how basketball has changed over the years. This era of basketball, especially professional basketball, is heavily reliant on your ability to shoot the three-point ball. We see this with Caitlin Clark. We see this with Steph Curry. Once-in-a-generation type players can absolutely change the dynamic of a team and of the game. And if you don't have the ability to shoot threes, you are really going to struggle to be in games down the stretch and ultimately to put up points. And that has been the story for the Chicago Sky this season. They just haven't been shooting threes. They haven't been taking them, and you can't make them without taking them. And they are 12th by a landslide in the WNBA in three-pointers attempted. But they are the best rebounding team in the WNBA, averaging 36.8 boards per game to lead the league. And why I think this is an important stat and why I included it is for the reason that the Mercury are a decent offensive team because they have the ability to get second chance opportunities. They are 3rd in the WNBA in second chance points, and I think this is going to be a tough matchup for them because the Sky are a very good rebounding team, and second chance points comes from offensive rebounding. So if the Chicago Sky are able to stifle the Mercury's ability to grab offensive boards, they will limit a ton of their production on those second chance opportunities, which will ultimately result in low scoring. Now we'll dive into the Mercury. Kayla Copper is by far their best player. She is 2nd in the WNBA in total scoring. And the Chicago Sky's game plan, especially coming off after a month of not playing, is going to be to double team her. Now, when they double team her on the perimeter, what other players are going to be able to make an impact? Maybe down low. They might have some opportunities down low, but not Nafisa Collier, she's on the Lynx. I forget who their center is. but she is the second tallest player in the WNBA, and she will definitely have an impact in down on the blocks and limiting inside scoring, and that is going to be where the Mercury go to next after Kayla Copper, because I expect her to be double teamed, and they want to force these second chance opportunities like we just talked about. It's going to be hard for them to do that against a very good rebounding team like the Sky, and this one, it just has potential. Two rusty teams that haven't played in WNBA hoops in a month, and head-to-head, these two teams have gone under the total in 8 of the last 10 matchups, and that being with the total 5 times higher than what it is, or 5 of those 10 times, the total has actually been higher than the base of 165.5, which basically just points to market stability. The market is reading as the two teams should go under the total, and that is what we like to see with the trend like that. We'll look at some stats. Defensive leaders, Chicago Sky. Rebounding, we just talked about that. But then we get into blocks. The Phoenix Mercury are actually third in the WNBA in blocks, averaging 4.9 blocks per game, due in part to Brittany Griner. She has been an absolute stud for the Phoenix Mercury. And with blocks, also limits second chance opportunities, and it slows down the pace of play, so teams aren't able to score as frequently off of the fast break. And then lastly, steals. Chicago Sky, good at steals. This also slows down the pace of play because a lot of their steals are not coming from the perimeter, so they're not getting fast breaks. Rather, they're getting steals on the block. This slows down opportunities for the opponents to score. And lastly, WNBA stats. We will take a look at assists. So the top team in assists is the Lynx, and we go all the way down here. 9 and 10 is the Mercury and Sky. Now, assist is a good factor to see how many good shots you are getting up, because assisted shots are typically good open looks and good opportunities to score. And if you have two teams that are 9 and 10, that points to these two teams not having great looks, given they're only averaging 19.45 assists between the two of them per game. So with all that being said, guys, we are rocking with the Chicago Sky and Phoenix Mercury under the total of 169. That is an alternate total available on a bunch of different books. Best of luck as always, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.